And I remember being like, oh my God, I can't wait to tell all my friends so I can like finally be not a Josie Grossi
Guess
anymore.
what, Josie Grossi?
Guess what? I just got kissed.
I just got kissed.
But you lead up to that for so long. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna know how to kiss.
Right. What do you do with your lips?
Yeah. What do you do with your lips?
Was it Quaid or was it?
Everybody loves to smooch. Everybody wants to smooch. Everybody loves to smooch. Everybody wants to smooch. Hello and welcome to Smooch Fest, the only podcast in the world that studies kissing in pop culture. This is my guest, Leah Pablo. She is my friend. She is a lover of kiss cams, rom-coms, and friends to lovers storylines.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of smooching right there.
Yeah. So I knew I had to have Leah on the pod. We used to work together in television. She's still a big career lady. And we won't give specifics.
We won't get specific, but she's a career lady.
You can be sure that she's a big career lady with a job. I brought Leah here because she understands that I have an affliction, which is that I need to see a smooch on my screen every time, every day, every medium.
I bet it's pretty upsetting when
Every
you don't
genre.
get that.
And I get upset when it's not there. I feel betrayed. I feel like my life has been squandered.
Yes.
And every passing moment is meaningless. So
I understand that about you for sure.
Yeah. And do you feel the same?
I do. I mean, I can think of a number of movies where they really did tease me and then gave me nothing in the end.
Yeah. And I didn't forgive them.
No.
I can name High School Musical, the first movie.
I was going to say Twisters.
They only did a kid. Oh, we talk about that in the first episode.
Oh my God.
We just talked about
Call it back.
Yeah. So if you haven't listened to the first episode and you want to hear about Twisters,
That was real upsetting.
That was very upsetting. Yeah.
So I'm with you.
But I'm pretty sure in the sequel they're gonna add like 6 kissing scenes.
I'm sure there's
everyone
going to be
got
tons
so
of
upset.
smooching.
Yeah.
Tons of smooching.
Yeah. So, well, you're here today to discuss a particular smooch. So when I asked you what smooch in pop culture is your favorite, what did you bring?
I had a long think about it. I ran through all the movies, and I just recently done a Lindsay Lohan marathon of movies because, as you know, Freaky or Friday is about to come out.
Yes, I'm excited.
Parent Trap, that version is one of my all-time favorite like comfort movies for various reasons. But when I got to the end, I was like, oh, this is a smooch worth talking about.
Smooch for the ages.
Yes. At the end, when the parents get together in the end, when he flies all the way to London, he gives her a big old smooch. And so I rewatched that movie and I was like, oh, we have to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because, like, I love Parent Trap too. That was a childhood favorite, but I didn't really appreciate the love story between the parents until I became an adult.
I agree.
And rewatching it as an adult, you're like, wait a second. Wait a second. Natasha Richardson and Dennis Quaid's chemistry is off the charts.
It is really off the charts. And I think when I think back to when I watched it when I was younger, I probably liked that kiss because it was like, oh, this means the parents are getting back together. Mm-hmm. Less so the passion behind it.
Yeah.
But as you grow older and I'm watching it, I was like, it was steamy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of nuzzling. There was a lot of face contact.
They go back and forth, and their children are in the room with them.
Yeah, and they don't care.
The twins are in the room and they're watching.
Yeah. So I think I've evolved with that kiss. Because at first it was like, oh, cute. Like, they get to be together and the girls get to be sisters.
Yeah.
And they get to be family. And now as I'm older, I'm like, oh, that's...
It's like, how can I get that?
Yeah.
I want that for myself.
Exactly. And it's an emotional kiss.
Mm-hmm.
It's... I'm pretty sure I cried.
She's crying.
I think
when
cried.
he kisses her.
I'm pretty sure I was crying.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
So I have evolved with the kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about, because like, okay, real quick, Parent Trap came out in 1998.
Yeah.
It was written and directed by Nancy Meyers. Absolute rom-com great.
One of my all-time faves.
And it's just kind of interesting because, like, you know, most of her movies are about adults and relationships, but this is like her kids movie, and still she can't help but put in such a hot couple and
Yes.
romance.
Yeah.
And she's just so good at casting because, like, Dennis Quaid, he's not in a lot.
He's not, but he's so fine.
He's so great.
He is. And such a great dad.
He's like a rugged dad.
Yeah.
He's touched by the sun.
He is.
Sun-kissed.
He's bronzed for sure.
Yeah. And then also I was thinking about, I was like, bring back crow's feet on male actors.
I agree.
Because
I'm all
he's
about
got
that.
a fantastic crow's feet and
Yes.
smile.
Yes.
And
And it's not an indication of age at all, because he was probably pretty
He
young
was, like,
in that
in
movie.
his 40s.
Yeah, like, and he looked real good.
I was like, I mean, even as a kid, I was like, wow, that guy's got a great face.
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah.
I agree. So I think the buildup of the movie, I'm like, we didn't really get introduced to both of them till pretty far
Halfway
into
through.
it.
Yeah.
So to follow them separately, and then finally in the very end, you really catch their chemistry.
Yeah.
And I always think about the wine room.
Yes, the almost kiss, like maybe 15 minutes before, is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Where he takes her to his wine cellar and he shows her the wine that they drank on their wedding night.
Yep.
And he said, I bought them all.
It makes you shudder just a little
Makes you
bit.
shudder.
So the build-up, I think the build-up really adds to that last,
Absolutely.
like final kiss.
Yeah.
Because as she's leaving, by the way, he does like and then
tries.
kisses her on the cheek, and then she's like, oh, and then they get in the car as it's raining.
That's right. And then they fly off to London and we think it's over. But it's not.
It's not. Surprise. That's not grandfather.
They're going to try to make it work long distance, bi-coastally,
I was gonna say
with their busy careers.
Yeah.
I still think they could do it.
I mean, I still think so too.
I think one of them just has to decide to, like, move.
But it is just that thing where it's like, let's not think about that right now.
Let's not think about that.
And she was truly trying to think about it, and he's like, oh,
No.
don't do
No.
that. Don't do that.
I also want to give a shout out to Natasha Richardson for being
Angel.
so great and
Yeah.
so beautiful and cool. Like, her character in this is so... She's a wedding dress designer.
I still want her to be my mom.
She's
to
so
this day.
cool.
Yeah.
And I was, like, reading about the movie, and it didn't occur to me how unique it was that this is a Disney movie, and she is smoking in one scene and drunk in another.
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, they actually, like, let her be an adult and, like, a real person outside of being a mom.
Yeah. I had
And
that
just-
same thought.
Yeah,
As I was
like, that's so
rewatching
cool.
it. I was like, oh yeah, she got fully drunk on the plane, came out, and she's like, don't worry, honey. Yes, I was like, this is, I miss coming of age movies where it's like they allow that kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
the
that content.
nuance.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
For everyone to enjoy.
So that was a great kiss. And then, also some fun behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Hit it.
I looked up some old interviews, and there is an interview with Natasha saying that the first scene she shot with Dennis Quaid was that kiss scene.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild. I'm like, the fact that that was the product in the movie that came out from a first scene, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. But that's like, I mean, that just speaks probably to their natural chemistry in person. But yeah, that's kind of crazy to whip that out on first day.
I know. She said it wasn't hard to go weak in the knees.
So true.
Cute. And, like, Nancy Meyers basically, like, directed them to do a kiss to end all kisses.
I mean, it was.
Those were the words
It
she
was the
said.
kiss to end all kisses. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I'm a goner after that one, for sure.
Anyway, we'll never experience anything like that.
Yeah.
Moving on. JK.
I hope we do.
I hope
I mean-
we both
I mean,
yeah.
I have a husband,
You
but
have
it's
a
like
husband. I
that's
hope
kind
you
of a
have.
different vibe.
Right, it's that like there's second chance love.
Yes.
They've been apart for 10 years.
Yes.
You know, actually, I hope I don't have a love story that fraught.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But like maybe something with that much passion.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Hmm.
it's time for our next segment where I have our guests tell us a story about their best, worst, or first kiss. Dealer's choice. What would you like to share?
I would like to share first kiss.
Okay.
Mostly because of the build up. So I mean, my friends were moving fast. They were all kissing. I was a late bloomer.
Mm-hmm.
Boys weren't looking at me in middle school. I had the big bottle cap glasses.
You were adorable.
I was adorable looking back. But and I had a group of friends where like the three of us were like the last three girls who hadn't been kissed, and we named ourselves the Josie Grossies after never being kissed.
Way.
So to this day, I'll probably text my friend Allie and be like, "What's up, Josie Grossie?" Because like that was our name.
Oh.
So through
Wait,
middle
how
school.
old are you?
Oh, this is middle school.
Okay,
But like my
okay.
first kiss isn't until freshman year. But I
Okay.
was like one of the last people to kiss.
Right, they all started
A
early. I
person.
see. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like
No, they
freshman
were-
year isn't like bad.
It's not. But
at all.
but listen,
In your school,
fast times at Buholtz High. You know what I mean?
you hold tie.
So I was one of the last ones. Everyone basically had their first kiss. I'm pretty sure one of the Josie Grossies also like had her first kiss before me. So I'm just like waiting. I'm like, will anybody just please just like kiss me? So fast forward, it was my spring break of freshman year, and we're all hanging out at this like condo area that like all the kids stayed at with their families, but all the high schoolers would like go hang out by the pool at night and just like, mess around and,
Yeah.
just be kids. So we were all at the playground. So it was this one guy named Donovan, but then there was another guy named David. And at a point, I think they were probably pretty drunk and I was kind of not, but I was like, all right, well, we'll just see what happens. Because it kind of felt like they were kind of fighting, for my attention. And towards the end, the other guy, David, like just fully gave up. And he's like, whatever, it just feels like you're getting on with Donovan. So he was like on a swing, like sad and mopey somewhere.
Oh, sad swing boy.
Yeah, and then at the end, I was like, oh, is this happening? Because then Donovan was leaving, and he, like, kissed me, and I was like, it was just, it's one of those classic high school stories where it's like, he was really drunk, and I was kind of just, I was not.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, it wasn't even that it was special to me, but it was like, finally, it was like,
crossed it
it's
off
like,
the
however I
list.
was going to do it, I was going to get the first kiss. I was like, great. So that was basically my first kiss story. And I remember being like, oh my God, I can't wait to tell all my friends so I can like finally be not a Josie Grossie
Guess
anymore.
what, Josie Grossies?
Guess what? I just got kissed.
I just got kissed.
But you lead up to that for so long. You're like, I don't know if I'm going to know how to kiss.
Right. What do you do with your lips?
Yeah. What do you do with your lips?
Was it quick or was it like
It was a little bit of a makeout.
moment?
It was like, it was a little moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Would you
cool.
say it was enjoyable or was it kind of like whatever?
I think it was enjoyable. It felt it's one of those things where it's like, it's the first time. So you're like, I don't know if that's what it should feel like, but it felt fine.
Yeah.
And he was, by the way, he went to a different high school. So I was like, I'll never see you again after this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
But he seems to be doing fine. We're Facebook friends.
Oh, you are? You're still Facebook friends? Do you know if he's married?
Yeah,
and has kids?
I was just going to say the reason why I just thought of him too is because him and his wife had just posted they're expecting a third child.
Wow.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Shout out Donovan.
You go, Donovan. I love that. Oh my god.
No longer a Josie Grossie.
Yeah. Okay, so it's my turn to tell a story.
Okay.
Just because I got to give an answer to each of these three. I can't just expect these guests to be vulnerable and share their biggest, deepest, darkest secrets and not share mine as well. So, last week I told my first kiss story.
Okay.
This week I'll tell my best kiss story, which is not that exciting.
Okay, but I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. Because I was just thinking about it. I was like, it's kind of hard to answer best kiss because I sort of have like parameters or criteria for like a really good kiss, a really good makeout session. And it's usually like when you're farther in a relationship with someone and you're just starting to realize you're falling in love.
Yeah.
And you like know how to kiss each other real good.
Yeah, once you get comfortable and you like figure
You're
it
like,
out.
wow, these are our lips were made for each other.
Exactly.
So it's like hard to pinpoint one person, one kiss, because I'm like, I would say that happened with a lot of, not a lot, but a few people. But also I'm like, I'm not married. I'm not in a long-term relationship at the moment. She's single. So
Ready to mingle.
ladies, fellas,
Give her
babies.
best kiss.
So yeah, I feel like I'm like hopeful. Like I still haven't experienced my best kiss just yet, but I would say one of the top tier makeouts I've had was probably with my high school sweetheart. Again, it was like in that stage of the relationship, and we made out for hours to the Death Cab for Cutie album Plans.
That is my favorite detail of that entire story.
It was just so like 2005, you know what I mean? It was so just like, I remember it was like marching bands in Manhattan, and then we're just like staring into each other's eyes.
That's like pretty romantic for 2005.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
So that's one.
I mean, you could make out to someone still to Death Cab for Cutie.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I gotta revisit
like,
that album. That was a good album.
Retop that moment, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
The other person might be confused, but they might be into it.
They might be into it. Redo. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to a discussion about a couple who share really, I don't know if controversial kiss is the right word, but just a kiss that sparked a lot of conversation, a lot of debate. And that was this summer during Love Island USA's 7th season, the kiss between Nick and Olandria. Freako Nico, NicOlandria.
Yep.
I don't know if the listeners, the viewers, have seen last season of Love Island, but you may have seen some fan edits on TikTok or on Twitter, X, whatever, about these two, because I'm just going to give the backstory, some context here. Basically, this season was a pretty weak season of Love Island because there just weren't any real genuine connections for a really long time.
Yep.
No real couples happening. And Olandria was in a couple with Taylor. Nick was in a couple with Sierra.
Yep.
And they have these challenges where everyone gets to like kiss each other or flirt with each other and stuff like that. And Nick and Olandria keep kissing each other in these challenges and having insane chemistry.
Insane.
To the point where people online are like, wait a second, like, why aren't they together?
Yeah.
And I'll say for you, like, for me, the first moment I noticed it was like, I think it was like their second or third challenge.
Was it Lumberjack?
Yes, the Lumberjack challenge, where Nick chooses to kiss her, takes her into the little cabin. They make out a bunch. And then in the talking head, he says, I like kissing Olandria.
Yeah.
She's one of the prettiest women I've ever seen.
I didn't even clock it then. I had to see kind of like fan edits afterwards to be pointed in that direction. I was like, oh, you're right.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. He doesn't even talk about Sierra like this. Like, he does not light up about Sierra like this.
He sure does not.
And more importantly, Taylor, Olandria's guy, does not talk about Olandria like that.
He doesn't, and you can tell. It's pretty visible he does not like her.
And he even says on record a couple times, he's like, I'm not physically attracted to her.
Which is nuts.
Crazy.
That's nuts, because she's gorgeous.
She's literally one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
He totally fumbled that.
And I was getting really upset at this point in the show because I'm just like, get rid of Taylor. He does not appreciate you. And here's this guy, Nick, saying she's the hottest person I've ever seen. I love kissing her.
Yeah.
So from that moment on, I was like, I need these two to get together. But I kind of felt like it's too good to be true. Like, why would the universe give me something I want?
Truly thought like fans were just delusional, and I was also part of that delusion. I was like, this will never happen.
Yeah. But then, amazingly, over a series of trials and tribulations, the show kind of made it happen. And I think specifically the show helped make it happen when they did Casa Amor and split the guys and the girls up.
Yep.
And had a vote where unfortunately Nick was sent home And Alondria was sent home.
Yeah, they basically made everybody couple up, and if you were the last person
Right,
standing,
it wasn't a vote, sorry.
Yeah, if you're the last person standing, then you were. What they didn't say is that you had to leave. Now looking back, they weren't like you're leaving the island. They're like you're just done here, you know. And that's where they reunited.
Yes, and here's what I'll say. I think if it had been different contestants that were stuck on the sidelines, if it had been like at the time, if it had been Amaya or TJ or something, I think the producers would have let them go home.
I agree.
I think when this happened, the producers were looking online. They were seeing what people were. They were seeing hashtag NicOlandria, and they were like, "How do we make this happen?" And Nick and Olandria were two of the best personalities on the show, and if they left, I don't think I could have watched it.
No, I agree. I don't know the show without them, but it just all seemed so convenient. Like there's no way that there was nothing planted in order to let that vote happen. Like that's just actually crazy.
Oh yeah,
you know.
I think it worked out because they were the two most coupled up before Casa.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they wouldn't want to link up with anyone. They'd be more hesitant to link up with someone.
I'd be so interested if producers
maybe
were
that's
in
why
girls'
they
ear
they
being
knew
like,
that they gamed it.
I feel like it's just too good to be true, and I think the producers really were like, let's give the audience what they want, and conveniently the fact that they were both voted off and they're like, oh great, we're gonna make you couple up and stay together. I'm like, this is all too convenient, but like it was the right move. Everybody,
I loved it.
Everybody loves that.
I cheered
when she opens the door and he's like,
the car door, and he sees her and lights up.
Yeah.
She's like, get in.
I was like, where are they going? Take me with you.
Yes. And then, so they put them on a date together. Well, just a chat. But it's like the most beautiful, like there's string
But it was not a chill chat.
No.
It was candlelit.
It was gorgeous.
Twinkle lights, whatever.
And Nick basically says, like, I want you to know I've wanted to, like, get to know you, but felt I couldn't until this point. And she's, like, totally shocked by it. But it was like the first time she, I don't know, was introduced to the idea that this could be a thing.
Yep.
So then going forward, they joined the guys back at Casa Amor as a couple. So that's where like the show's meddling, right? Mm-hmm. Here's my opinion on the whole thing. I think it's a genuine connection.
I agree.
Let's say nothing of the future or how many legs, how long the legs on this relationship could be.
Yeah.
Like I do genuinely think they had an amazing spark and it was such a joy to watch. And the producers just had to help push them there.
They did. They had to get Sierra out of the picture. I mean,
she did that herself.
She did. And Taylor was also occupying himself as well.
Yeah.
So that kind of eliminated those two, but it needed to be done.
It needed to be done. They needed to meddle just a little bit to nudge them in the right direction. And then, of course, as the show goes on, there are like America votes and they start to learn, oh, we're one of the favorites. Oh, people really see this for us. Mm-hmm. Then the families come to visit and they find out their moms have been rooting for them for a long time.
Oh, Nick's mom loves
saw
her.
it miles away. They were like, we were waiting for this to happen. Sorry, it's hot in here. I need to take a sip.
Water break.
What else? What am I missing? What else about their journey?
I mean, are you building up to their actual moment?
Oh my God, we didn't even get to that. I skipped over it because I was talking about the families. Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
So they end up being coupled up on the boys' side. So they're at the villa. Olandria is having to watch Taylor like basically fall in love and be all PDA with this girl named Clark, and so she's all distraught. She's kind of over it at this point.
Yeah.
There might have been a challenge. Oh, they did the sexy challenge, the one where they all have to like
Heart
make
rate?
out with each other.
Yeah.
And they compete against the other house. So basically, if you haven't seen Love Island before, it's the villa with the guys and their new girls compete against Casa, where all the original girls are with their new dudes, and they do a challenge, kind of like a scavenger hunt, where they get a text message and they're like, tallest boy has to kiss the smallest girl, and then whoever does it the fastest or the best, then the show rates it, texts them, and they win or whatever. So all to say is that everyone was getting steamy and sexy. It was all kinds of craziness. And then at the end, there's an area in the villa called Soul Ties. This is famous for where all the smooches on the show happen. Either sneaky or romantic.
And also like conversations about relationships
Yes.
moving on to the next level.
Everything happens
tend
in Soul
to happen
Ties.
there. Yeah.
Everything happens. And it's in this little like big cush den where you basically have to sit on this giant mattress. Anyways, sometimes people sleep out there. You know, it looks comfortable. So they go out there. Nick brings Olandria in there, and they're just kind of debriefing. He's like, how did you feel about the challenge? Da-da-da. And then he kind of just was like, I'm trying to see what's going on outside of the challenge. Meaning, like, he's trying to kiss her outside the challenge, which, if you watch the show, that means, like, challenge kisses are just, they don't really mean anything.
They're not real.
They're not real in that world. Even if they do mean something, everyone uses that as an excuse to be like, if they kiss another girl and are fully with someone else, they're like, well, it's challenge.
It's just a
It
challenge.
wasn't real.
It wasn't real.
But if you kiss outside the challenge, that's basically cheating.
Yes.
So Nick is fully still with Sierra.
Yeah.
But he's like, we're coupled up right now.
Yeah. Let's give it a go.
What are you saying? And then my favorite is that Olandria was like, oh, Nikki. And gets all like...
Nicky Poo. She like calls him Nicky Poo. That's like her little nickname for him.
Yeah, and you can tell. She was like, so you're waiting.
And he's like, I'm trying to be Nick now.
Yes.
I'm trying to be an adult man,
Yeah.
not your friend anymore.
And when he says it, they kind of had this whole conversation with their eyes back and forth where she's like, I don't know. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, okay. And he's like, okay. Lean in. Kiss.
Hot kiss.
Hot kiss. He's like grabbing her butt.
She's biting his lip multiple times. They're really into it. It's like the most electric
It is
kiss
so
of
electric.
the season.
Can't tell you how many times I rewatched that and like edits of it because
Yeah.
people were freaking out.
Yeah, I feel like we're so starved as a nation for like real romance, and especially this season was so bleak.
It
was
was.
like when we saw that, it was like, oh my god, finally real sparks,
Real
like,
sparks.
actual chemistry. This is awesome.
And Love Island US has now blown up to where people are doing watch parties. So I
Yes.
was not only was I rewatching the kiss, I was rewatching people watching the kiss.
Yeah, because like
at watch parties,
the scenes of people like a full crowded bar screaming,
erupting
for them to kiss. Is amazing.
I actually wish I was at a watch party when that
went
happened.
to one of them,
I
right?
did later, but I wish I was there for that because that would have been so electric to be there in person.
Yeah. But that was like the kiss heard around the world. You know, that
Yes.
was the moment. And I still see like people online like it's fake. They're playing it up for fan service. They're just doing it to try to win. And I'm just like,
That's the thing is that they didn't even know fans really cared about them at all.
They really didn't for a long time.
In the Soul Ties, their first kiss, they had no thoughts whatsoever that fans, this is what they wanted. Like,
Yeah.
it was complete surprise to them later.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. I just don't think you can fake that kind of chemistry.
You really can't.
Between two reality show people, like maybe two actors, but not reality show people.
No.
You know? So that was awesome. And the show has ended. There will be a reunion on the 25th, which will be a few days from when this episode releases.
Mm-hmm.
So we're recording this maybe a couple weeks before. So we don't know what has happened, what has transpired since.
We don't.
But as of, July. No, wait. But
Actually,
of...
last week was July.
Oh, it was July. But we're a little in August now.
Yeah.
As of August 5th, they're still hanging out.
They're still hanging out. I've watched plenty of videos of him out at a club, just like dancing, but like by himself. And fully, someone throws like a NicOlandria shirt at him, and he takes off his, he puts on hers. He's like sporting it around. He's FaceTiming her, showing the crowd. Everyone's going nuts. So it's safe to say, at this moment, they're in a good place.
Yeah, they're going on trips together. They
just went to Greece.
Yes, and then they just released like a really hot photo shoot of the two of them.
Dude,
that's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm really hopeful that the reunion will bring more good news about the two of them.
I agree.
They still have yet to meet each other's families, like have that dinner that Nick's family invited
she
her
needs to go over to Nick's house and have that dinner. I think that's probably the next step.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels still really new, but it also feels like a lot of time has still passed since they've left the villa.
Yeah.
But I am interested to see what updates they have.
Yeah. I think the thing that's kind of bumming me out about just like the phenomenon of being on Love Island and being in that like isolation bubble is that they're like having real interactions, quote unquote, now. But then once they leave, it's like immediately there's a flood of all of the TikToks and tweets and
TikToks, tweets, lives,
and comments, and like to the point where it's like they don't even get like a day or two to just like catch up on messages with their friends.
They don't.
You know what I mean? It's just immediately. So I'm like, how
fully
do you
get launched into the media.
How do you have an organic relationship with someone after that?
Yeah.
That's
that
the thing
has
that
to be
bums me out.
difficult.
I feel like the fans are ruining their chances of just like having a nice organic relationship because
This is
already
true.
they have to brand it.
Yeah. And they were branded the second they started
Yeah.
anything in the villa. So
Right. They have a couple's name hashtag.
yeah. So I'm hoping that
Yeah.
that doesn't
Ruin.
demystify whatever it
Yeah.
is that they have, and that they can actually I kind of feel like they are slow burners in a way, that this could be something that they are taking seriously, and there could be some longevity there, because we've had, I mean, season 6 there are couples that definitely are still to get like surprised us,
Like Leah and Miguel.
Yeah.
They're so cute together.
so cute.
I'm really happy for them. I feel like Nick is more committed to it than Olandria is, but
Yes.
I hope she gives it a good try.
But also, like, just looking through their socials and stuff in the past, he was always kind of a TikTok-y, out there kind of dude to begin with, and she
Right.
feels like
He's
she was
more public.
posting every like a quarter.
Yeah.
So she seems a little bit more
That's a
reserved.
good point.
So I think they're pretty opposite in that way. I don't see her being more in your face about it. So I think maybe with that, it makes it seem like he's way more into it, but that's just like his personality.
Yeah.
She might be into it. She's just like, I'm shy girl.
I'm shy girl. I keep things close to the chest.
Mhm.
And also, it's like, I think there's a real fear of failure in public. Like, she's just
that's real.
She was so, like, not wanting to cry on television, really keeping her emotions in check because she just didn't want to deal with any online hate, which I get.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they surprise us.
Me too. So, here's hoping at the reunion they announce their engagement. Okay, Leah, are you ready to learn a science fact about smooching?
I'm always ready to learn science.
Science of smooch?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got something for you.
Okay.
Okay, so there are multiple theories about the origin of kissing and like why humans developed it as a behavior. And one of them is quite strange. Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. Okay, so you know how like birds feed their babies through their mouth? They like pre-chew their food and stuff?
Yes.
Did you know humans do that as well and have done that for probably the beginning of time?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that, and but now that I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, of course they did that. But basically, pre-mastication, that's the practice of chewing food and then taking that chewed food and putting it into your child's mouth, is how you wean a baby off breast milk. And that was how they did it.
Interesting.
And it still happens around the world today. It's not like a dead practice.
Wow.
But it only really stopped being like a mass thing in the 20s when baby food was invented.
That
the
is
20s.
too soon.
Gerber baby.
Ma'am, that is too
canned
soon.
Peas. Yeah. Before
Wow.
that, it was chew, 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 transfer to the mouth.
20s is too soon for. I was thinking like
It's
cave
been 100
cave
years.
people only.
No, it's still happening too. So, yeah. So one of the theories is that pre-mastication, after nursing the mother, then you're receiving food from your mother's mouth, and the feelings of lips on your mouth, the feelings of safety and nourishment
Okay.
beget oral, what's the word I'm looking for? Oral fixation.
Okay.
And when you kiss someone romantically or even familially, kiss on the cheek, quick friend kiss on the mouth, whatever,
Yeah.
it all just sort of, it's just sort of like instinctually brings a feeling of safety and feelings of love
Interesting.
and support.
Wow.
So that is...
I did not think that's where that was going.
It's pretty crazy, huh?
And you probably should do a whole episode in general just asking people if they kiss their parents on the mouth when they were growing up.
So curious.
I am not one of those people.
I am not either.
I've never kissed my dad or my mom on the mouth. So,
Well, you know
and
what?
I know it's a thing.
I see it with little kids a lot. Like, little kids will kiss their parents on the mouth.
Yeah.
And I think I probably did that with my parents.
Probably. I mean, I know I didn't.
Okay. I feel like when you're like a kid, you're like,
But
you
it's
want to
different
kiss everything
when you're in
and kiss everybody.
When you're a kid, it's different when you're younger.
But then when you get older, it's like, no.
Yeah.
Cheek
we don't do
or
that.
none.
Correct.
But there are people I know, not personally, but I
just know it
see
still happens.
out in the world kissing on the mouth
Yeah.
with their parents.
But to bring it back to the feeding your kids with the mouth, and it's a safety thing, like, okay, like I'll give them that if they still do that, and that's the thing that brings them comfort. I am just curious.
Yeah. I think it's more in like cultures where there's not access to
Yeah.
canned baby
There's
food.
not a blender.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There's not a blender. So yeah, aren't you excited to go home and smooch your husband
Totally.
after that?
I mean,
information.
ask him to feed me. Pre-mastication.
Oh my god, I hate that word.
Same.
Gross.
Same.
Anyway, so that's the science of smooch for today.
Fun fact.
Thanks for listening. Well, Leah, it's been such a pleasure to have you here today.
I've had so much fun. It went by so fast.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, I could talk about NicOlandria for like hours.
I mean, truly, I could talk about that for a really long time, but in general, I could talk about kissing for sure.
I'm so glad I'm not alone.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people have this
is so
fixation.
nice. This is so nice. Oh, okay. Well, do you have anything you want to plug?
I don't have anything I want to plug.
Okay.
I'm just here to plug your plug. Listen to the podcast.
Thank you.
Like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe to my podcast, Smooch Fest.
Yes.
On all podcast platforms and YouTube as well. There's a video podcast. Also, we got a TikTok. We've got an Instagram, Smoochfest Pod. Okay, look it up. Sign up. And if you want to share any kissing stories, send it to the Gmail account, smoochfestpod@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening. Love you so much. Smooches. Smoochfest is produced and edited by Lena Olson. The theme song was produced by Theo Seidman. Catch you next Thursday for another episode.